Hello friends, welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. Okay, today is another beautiful Friday morning and the week will come once again with our predictions on this very channel. Alright, yesterday we had some success and also some disappointments. We saw the likes of Arsenal, the playing out again a barren draw against the Italian side Atalanta, and we also saw Barcelona losing out to Monaco unexpectedly. That those were very disappointing outcome. We saw Barcelona picking up early red card that very match and thereby conceding the game to Monaco on that very occasion. But we put that aside, because we have better games that we looked into today, and believing that this will come out with a better outcome compared to that of Champions League matches yesterday. All right. In a short while, we'll be looking at this matches one after the other, and we'll be making our verdicts on these very games based on the recent results of both sides. Okay, and I want to ask the person who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe, please kindly take our time to hit the subscribe button so that you do not miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this channel on a daily basis. Okay, that being said, without further ado, let's get to the business of today. And today we'll be starting with the very first match, which is actually in Portugal, when you will have Nacional who will be up against Braga. Okay, and when you look at the recent games for both sides, we see that Nacional have actually managed to win one game in the past 6 encounters. They've actually lost 3 and have had 2 draws in the past 6 games that they had. And the away side, Braga have won 3 games, 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 6 recent encounters. And taking a look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that looking at Nacional, the home side, they've actually been able to manage to achieve 8 wins in the past 10 home games. They've had 1 loss as well as 1 draw. All right, most of the wins actually came in the match against second tier side like Porto side, second division Porto also won a team of second division, and Benfica second division. Those are the teams that actually they achieved victory playing against. And looking at Braga on the other hand, have been able to manage 7 victories from away. They've had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 away games that they had so far. But we know that Braga is a very strong side, and we're looking at the head-to-head performances for both sides. We'll see that the last time they met, we saw Braga defeating the side from away by 3-1. That was last year December, and prior to that, sort of playing out a 2-2 draw, and that is followed by a 5-0 victory from Sporting Braga, played from away on that occasion. That was also last year, April last year. But looking at the last 10 head-to-head meetings for both sides, you will see that Sporting Braga have won this very tie on 9 times out of 10, and the other one being a draw. Okay, that tells you that Sporting Braga has been quite dominant on this very fixture, and we will expect a result for the away side. Sporting Braga winning out of this very game. It is away side to win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. That takes us to the next, and it is in Holland, second division, where we have Helmond Sport coming up against Volendam. All right, and looking at the recent games for both sides, Helmond Sport have won 4 games in the past 6, and they've had 2 draws as well. And when you look at the way side, Volendam, they've won 2 games, 1 draw, and as well they've lost 6 games in the past since 6 encounters. They've lost 3 games out of the past 6 games. They've lost 3. They've had 2 wins but 1 draw in the past 6 encounters. All right, and looking at the performances from home and away perspective, you can see that Helmond Sport is a team who have won 7 games in the past recent 10 home encounters. They've had 2 draws as well as 1 loss in the past 10 recent home encounters. 70% of the home games have actually resulted to a win for the home side, Helmond Sport, and away side on the other hand, but Volendam have managed to win just a single game in the past 10 away games, and have had 5 losses as well as 4 draws in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. That's not a very good result for the away side. And the last time they met was in 2022, but on that occasion, Volendam played from home and they won by 4-1 on that occasion. But 2022 is 2 years ago; it's a long time, and a lot of things have changed. And we know that Helmond Sport at the moment, is in fine form, and they're winning their matches as well. And we will expect to see, a good result for the good side in this very one. And it is a Helmond Sport that we expect to win out throughout this very match. It is home win. That's our verdict for this very game. Okay, and that takes us to the next for today. And it is in Austria League 1 where we have Lafnitz coming up against Kapfenberg. Okay, Lafnitz have won nothing in the past 6 encounters, and they've also had one draw, and they've lost 5 games out of the past 6 matches that they had so far. And when you look at Kapfenberg, their away side, they've actually won 3 games, but they've lost 3 the past 6 encounters. And looking at the performances from home and away perspective, you could see that the home side, in the past 10 home games, have not won a single game. In the past 10 home games, they've had 3 draws, but they've lost 7 out of the past 10 home encounters. That tells you that 70% of the home games that they played, seen them losing out entirely on those 70%, and the other 3 being a draw. That tells you that this is not a very good side, it's a very poor side. And also, when you look at closely, you can see that out of those 10 games that they played, they've conceded a lot of goals, even though they tried to score. And all those 10 games, actually, all of the 10 produce over 2.5, and over 3.5, over 4.5, over 6.5, as the case may be. So when you look at their away side, Kapfenberg, they've actually been able to manage 5 victories from away, but they've lost 5 as well. And it is, when you look closely again, you see that 9 times out of 10, Scotland have actually seen over 2.5. And in this very encounter, without spending so much time, we'll have to look at how they fared head-to-head. And the last time they met, they also played out Kapfenberg defeated this side from away, playing out a 2-1 victory against Lafnitz. And perhaps that resolved Lafnitz defeating them by 4 goals to 2. So putting all this together, we'll know that in this very encounter, we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very game. So it is an over 2.5. That's our party for this very encounter. Okay, and that takes us to the next game for the day, and it is in Finland, where we'll have the BPS who will be up against HJK Helsinki. All right, BPS have won just a single game in the past 6. They've had 1 draw, but they've lost 4 games out of those. And their away side HJK have managed to achieve 4 victories in the past 10 away games. In the past 6 games, actually, and they've had 2 draws as well. And taking it down to how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that BPS, the home side, have won 4 games. They've actually had 2 draws in the past 10 home games, but they've lost 4 times out of the past 10 home games that they played out so far. The last home game they played was against HJK, and we saw them losing out to HJK on that occasion by 3 goals to 1. All right, and looking at HJK, their away side, they've won 4 games from away. They've also had 2 draws, but they've lost 4 games out of the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And looking at the head-to-head performances, you can see that last time they met was HJK who won from away by 3 goals to 1. And prior to that, we saw BPS defeating this side by 2 goals to 1, and also followed by BPS victory against the HJK by 3 goals to 2. So it has always been, for the past 4 head-to-head meetings for both sides have actually produced a lot of goals. Therefore, in this very encounter, we will choose goals verdict, and we still expect to see a minimum of 3 goals and over 2.5. That's what we expect for this very encounter. All right, and that takes us to the next, which happens to be the last for the day. It is in San Marino, Coppa San Marino. We'll have Libertas who will be up against Tre Fiori. Okay, and Libertas have won just 1 game in the past 6, and they've had 1 draw, but have lost 4 times out of the past 6 recent encounters. But their way side, Tre Fiori have won 3 games. They've had 2 draws as well, but have lost only 1 match in the past 6 recent encounters. And when you look at how these 2 teams perform from home and away perspective, you can see that Libertas have managed to win 1 game in the past 10 home matches, but have lost 9 out of those 10. 90% of the home matches that they played out so far have resulted to a loss on the home side. That's a very, very, very big one. That tells you that this is not the best side even when they are playing from home. And looking at Tre Fiori, their away side, who has been able to manage 4 victories from away. They've had 2 draws, and they've lost 4 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And that tells you 40% of the away matches for the away side resulted to a win, and the other 2 being a draw, and also another 40% resulted to a loss for the away side. And when you look at how these 2 teams are fared, comparing the head-to-head matches, you could see that the last time they met was earlier this year in April. It was Tre Fiori who won on that occasion by 2 goals to 1, and we also saw Tre Fiori play for 4, winning as well against Libertas in December last year by 2 goals to 1. So that tells you that in recent times it is Tre Fiori who has been quite dominant on this very time, and in this very encounter, we will expect Tre Fiori achieving a result in this one, their way side, to win out in this very game. That's our verdict for this very encounter. All right, that brings our position for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion, and I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope that it goes great. Remember to also play safe. These are football games. Anything can happen in these games, and there's never a time. Betting is easy. It's always very risky, but sometimes it's quite rewarding. All right. That being said, tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until then, keep winning.